Good morning, dear children. Let's begin the class by thanking God Almighty. Every day is a blessing from God. Remember to thank God before and after every day. You will surely have the best days. See, living in good and bad situations is the part of life. But surviving all situations with a smile on your face is the real art of life. Dear children, may you have a very good day. Okay, now we will come back to our textbook. We were discussing the fourth lesson of Unit 1, and that is the poem If. We have already discussed the first two stanzas. Now we shall move on to the third stanza. Let's read the third stanza. Okay? You can take your textbook and take page number 30. If you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss and lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. If you can force your heart and nerve and sinew to serve your turn long after they are gone, and so hold on when there is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. Okay. So in the third stanza, the poet Kipling gives his readers the very important and the most valuable life lesson, a life advice of the need to take risks in life, the importance of taking risk in life, and of never giving up. Never give up when those risks turn to failures. If those risks turn to disaster, you need to have the courage to hold on. Continue till you reach the desired level of accomplishment. Till you reach your desired goal. Until then, you have to strive, fight, work, hold on. Till you succeed in life. Till you reach the end goal, the end result. See, life is unpredictable and is filled with ups and downs. To make one's mark in the world, to make your mark, to leave a lasting impression, to succeed, to gain recognition, reputation, to reach that level, to achieve your goal, aim and dream, to mark, isn't it? To make your mark in the world, take risks, take challenges, And do not be scared. Do not be afraid that you might lose. Are you afraid of failures? Don't be afraid. We might lose, but that's okay. Isn't it? There is nothing wrong to fail. Isn't it? Don't be scared about our failures and losses. That we are going to lose even what we already have. We may have that fear, isn't it? The fear of failure within us. All of us, it's quite human having that fear of failure. But author says, have the courage to take risk. Only if you want to succeed. Only if you play the game, you will win. You will have to participate in the game. And life is a risky game. That is what is said in this stanza. He has compared life to that of a pitch and toss game. We will come back to that. Pitch and toss. What is pitch and toss? So what is the poet doing in this stanza? He encourages his readers to take risks in life. Risks must be taken in our life. And hopes must not be lost. If things do not work out the desired way, things may not often work out as we expected. If things are not working out in the desired way, be patient. Have the courage to start again. Start again. At your beginnings. You have to start from your beginnings. From zero you will have to start. Imagine you met with a big failure, but have the courage to start from there. Risks is it's synonymous with entrepreneurship. Our life can be compared to that of a business, isn't it? A game, a risky business or a risky game. But have the courage to take the risk. And who is an ideal man, says the poet. The poet says that an ideal man is the one who has got the courage to who can put all his achievements at risk. An ideal man is the one who can put all his achievements at risk while aiming towards a bigger goal. Okay, do you have the courage to aim at a bigger goal and risking everything you have till this day? Risking all your achievements. Have that courage to risk everything and aim towards that bigger goal. And that is what is said in this stanza. Here, poet has compared risk-taking to that of a pitch and toss game. See, poet says that if you can make one heap of all your winnings and risk it on one turn of pitch and toss. So life is compared, or taking risks is compared to that of a pitch and toss game. What is a pitch and toss? Isn't it? Here, the poet has used a figure of speech. Risk-taking or life is compared to pitch and toss. And the figure of speech used in this line is metaphor. What is a metaphor? See, you have learned what is a metaphor, isn't it? Metaphor is a figure of speech where the poet compares two distinctly different things without the words like or as. Metaphor is an implied comparison without using the words like or as, but the comparison is hidden. We have a similar kind of figure of speech called as simile. Metaphor and simile, both are companions. Okay? Simile is also a kind of comparison, a kind of figure of speech where the poet compares two distinctly different things using the words like or as. A comparison using like or as is a simile, and the comparison is very, very clear. It's explicit, isn't it? So comparison using like or as is a simile, and a comparison without like or as is metaphor. For example, I'm going to compare my love to that of a rose. My love is like a red, red rose. My love is like a red, red rose. So I've compared my love to that of a rose, and you could see the word like, L-I-K-E. My love is like a red, red rose, and that is an example of a simile. See, metaphor is also a similar kind of comparison, but without like or as. I can say the same sentence, we can convert the same sentence to that of a metaphor. My love is a red, red rose. I compared my love to that of a rose, but you couldn't see the word like there. My love is a red, red rose. So that is an example of a metaphor. It's hidden, comparison is hidden, or comparisons without like or as is a metaphor. So here the poet has compared life to that of a pitch and toss, and this is a metaphor, an instance of a metaphor in the poem. Now what is pitch and toss game? Our life is like a game. He has compared it to that of a pitch and toss game, or a risky game which involves some risk. Isn't it? The poet is actually encouraging the readers to take risk in life, and life is like that game. Actually, pitch and toss game is a game played with coins. Did you see the coin? Yes. It's a game played with coins. This is a game, see. A group of players. There could be many participants in the game, and a group of players line up. They will line up a fixed distance away from a wall. A group of players line up a fixed distance away from the wall. And players take turns, turn by turn. They take turns to throw the coin at the wall. They will throw one by one. They will throw the coin to the wall. They will toss that coin. They will throw the coin towards the wall. One by one. And which coin lands closest to the wall? And the coin that lands closest to the wall is the winner. The coin which lands closest to the wall is the winner, or the person who has thrown that coin is declared the winner of the game. And you know what is his reward? He can collect all the coins thrown by rest of the players. Okay, you got the game? Yes. So, but here in this game there is a risk factor. What's a risk factor? Each and every player is risking his coin. The players may have played the game many times, and he may be having his last coin. This game could be his last game. He is going to risk even that last coin. Do you have the courage to risk even your last coin? Risking all your achievements, keeping all your achievements at risk, putting all your achievements at risk for what? To attain a bigger goal. So do you have the courage? That is what poet is asking. So pitch and toss is a phrase that symbolizes uncertainty one faces in life. See, there is no guarantee in this game. There is no guarantee. Nothing is guaranteed. Life is unpredictable, filled with ups and downs. We have no guarantee whether we will win or lose. Uncertainties. Pitch and toss symbolizes uncertainties, unpredictability of our life. But if you have that courage to risk your achievement, even your last penny, the game is yours, sure, 100% sure. Have the courage. Don't be afraid to take risk in your life. Have the courage to take risk, no matter whatever the perceived outcome might be. If you have that strength, the courage to take risk, you will become the winner. See, when we take risk, or when you take risk, you will learn that. You will learn. You will have to learn that there will be times when we fail. You should learn that there will be times when we succeed also. There will be times when we succeed, and also there will be times when we fail. We will feel sure. But both are very important. Success and failure, both are important. Of course, think about the line of the last stanza. If you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same. Can you meet with triumph and disaster and meet those two impostors just the same? Yours is a world. These two lines are written on the wall of the player's entrance to Wimbledon. These two lines, if you can meet with triumph and disaster and treat those two impostors just the same, are written on the wall of the player's entrance to Wimbledon. Wimbledon, why? To remind the players that failures are inevitable. Failure is very inevitable. You may meet failure on your way to success. Sure, you're going to meet with failure, but have the courage to meet them bravely. Okay. See, and third and fourth line. And lose and start again at your beginnings and never breathe a word about your loss. So just imagine you met with a sudden failure. You have risked all your achievements. When you're about to start a business, see, you will have to risk all your savings until this day. All your personal savings. There is no guarantee. You're going to play a risky game in case of business. You will have to be prepared mentally, financially. You have to be prepared, isn't it? What if you're going to meet with a failure? You will lose all your savings all of a sudden. Then what will you do? You will give up? No, you shouldn't give up. Hold on. Ask your heart, your nerve and sinew to support you. Sinew meaning it's something that connects your muscles and bonds together. The tendon and ligament. The tendon or the ligament which connects muscles to bonds. So sinew meaning support. You will have to reinforce your heart, ask your heart, your nerve and sinew to serve your turn. Allow me to take my turn. I need to try once again. Please don't lose. Please don't be upset. Start again at your beginnings. Start again. Rebuild. Rebuild from your scratch. Start again at your beginnings, meaning rebuild from the scratch and regain what has been lost. What has been lost, you have to regain that. Have the courage and determination to recreating what has been lost. Without making any complaints, never breathe a word about your loss. No right. It's my responsibility, it was my choice, isn't it? Taking the responsibility of my action, maturity. Reaching that level of maturity without making any complaints, without making any excuses for your failure. Do you have the courage and determination to recreate what has been lost? Start from the beginning without making any excuses. Having that vigor, drive, bravery to recreate and accept all the trials and tribulations life has thrown on me. I am under trial. I am facing a very severe trial now. See, I've met with a severe failure. But if you have the courage, that guts, the heart, can you force your heart? Emotional balance. Can you force your nerve? Have you got that guts, the drive, energy? Sinew, ask. So you have to ask yourself to support you. See, everyone has abandoned me. There is nothing in me. The last line. Except the will which says to them, hold on. There is nothing in you except the will which says to them, hold on. So will here means your willpower and says to them. Them here is your heart, nerve and sinew. Here poet adds that willpower is the only key to persistence. in spite of loss. You need to have extreme willpower and determination to succeed in your life. And if a man is that much determined, he can make his heart, nerve and sinew to serve him even in the most downtrodden and bleakest of times, when everything seems to be going against his favor. Even if he has met with a big tragedy and a loss, if he has got that willpower to reach his goal, he can easily make his heart, nerve and sinew to support him. You will have to say to them, you will have to say to your heart that, hold on, please don't leave me. Everyone has deserted me, I am alone. Don't give up, don't give up. Which means you need to have that willpower inside you. That strong determination to reach your goal. Because see, we have lots of examples before us. There was a great woman who was having extraordinary willpower. And that woman became the first Indian woman to travel to space. The first Indian woman astronaut. Of course you know her name. Yes, you're right, Kalpana Chawla. She was a lady with extraordinary, extreme willpower, determination to reach her goal. She dreamt of the stars and she was able to travel to space not once, twice. Was from an ordinary family, an orthodox conservative family, but she could travel to space twice only because of her strong willpower. So poet says, have you got that willpower within you, that determination, strong desire to reach your dream? Of course, if you have that willpower, confidence within you, that determination inside you, inside your heart, sure, you will reach your goal, your desired, your destined goal. Who you are tomorrow. Remember, who you are tomorrow begins with what you do today. Who you are tomorrow begins with what you do today. Therefore, be courageous. I hope the third stanza is clear to you. The fourth stanza. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, or walk with kings, nor lose the common touch, if neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you, if all men count with you, none too much, if you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, yours is the earth and everything that is in it. Which is more, you will be a man, my son. So here, the poet wants his reader to become a man, to become a person who can fit well with all sections of the society. That is said in the first line. If you can talk with crowds and keep your virtue, you should be a person who could fit well everywhere, an easily adaptable personality, a flexible personality. Poet says, you may mingle with the crowd, but keep your virtue. Keep your virtue means never lose your individuality. Never allow anyone to infiltrate your character. Never allow anyone to influence you. But you have to be an adaptable, flexible personality. You should be able to fit well everywhere. Okay. Walk with kings, nor lose the common touch. When you get a chance to walk with the kings means, don't be proud when you get such a chance. When you're accepted by the people belonging to the finer rung of the society, don't be proud. Always be humble. Treat all men equally. Be humble, be simple, mingle with everyone, but never lose your individuality. Never allow anyone to influence you. Third line. If neither foes nor loving friends can hurt you. The poet wants to carry his readers to such a stage of maturity when neither foes nor your friends can have the power to hurt you. No one can hurt you. Never allow your friends or enemies to hurt you. What's the meaning of that? You're that much matured enough that no one can hurt you. Because now you know how to deal with people. You are having unconditional love for all. Therefore, nothing can affect you. No criticisms can affect you. Criticisms, blames, doubts, nothing can affect you. Nothing can hurt you. That's the meaning. Because you know how to deal with people. You have the ability to understand and discern people. Therefore, nothing can affect you. You have become bulletproof, having love for all. Isn't it? So no one can hurt you. Never allow others to hurt you. Have that. You're that much strong enough. Okay. If all men count with you none too much, you may be counted with all men. You are one among all. Okay. But you should be counted as number one. Let all men count with you. Let you be counted. But you should be counted as number one. You have to. You may move with the crowd. That's the meaning. You may mingle with the crowd, but you have to stand out because of your virtues, because of your qualities, because of your personality. You need to be counted as number one. You have to stand out of the crowd because of your personality. You may lead the crowd. Can't you lead the crowd? Instead of standing among the crowd, you may lead the crowd, be the first. Now, next line. If you can fill the unforgiving minute with 60 seconds worth of distance run, can you fill the unforgiving minute? Minute becomes unforgiving. Here, minute is personified, another figure of speech. Personification is a figure of speech, isn't it? Where the poet is giving certain qualities to human qualities to inanimate objects. Attribution or giving human qualities to inanimate objects is termed as personification. So here minute is considered as a person, unforgiving person. Minute will never forgive you. Time, it seems time will not forgive you if wasted. Time and tide waits for no man. Will it come back? No. So what's the meaning? If you can fill the unforgiving minute, if wasted, it will not forgive you. Never waste your time. Use your time to the fullest. Live each and every minute, each and every second of your life to the fullest, utilizing it to the maximum. That's the meaning. Can you fill the unforgiving? Utilize each and every minute with 60 seconds. Each and every second should be fruitfully used. Worth of distance run, isn't it? You have wasted your time. But from this moment onwards, can you utilize your time to the fullest, each and every second to the fullest? What's the reward? Yours is the earth and everything that is in it. So if you could listen to my advice, nothing can stop you from conquering the world. If you are ready to follow the advice of the poet, he says, nothing can stop you from conquering the world, and yours is the world and everything that is in it. And you will be a man, my son. So now the poet has listed all the qualities of a complete man. So these are the qualities of a complete man. If you want to become a complete man, try to imbibe all the qualities given in this poem. If you want to reach that stage of maturity, if you want to become a mature person, try to follow all these qualities. Try to be a complete man. Okay. Try to listen to the advice of the poet. So I hope the poem is clear to you. And the theme of the poem is attainment of maturity. The mood and tone of the poem is didactic. See, this is a didactic poem we have learned because it is written in the form of an advice. Okay. If you are ready to follow the instruction, advice of the poet says, you can inherit the world or you may become a complete human being, isn't it? So as it is written in the form of a set of instructions, you can call the poem as a didactic poem. So what's the kind of poem? The didactic poem. Also, as it is rich with paradoxes, the poem can also be considered as a paradoxical poem. You know what is a paradox? Okay? Opposing ideas in a line is an example of a paradox. So the poem is rich with paradoxes, full of paradoxes. In each and every line, the poet presents a situation and also he gives the right response also. So is an example of the poem is an example of a paradoxical poem. It's a didactic poem. Tone and mood is didactic, optimistic. A positive tone is used. Of course, then we have lots of figures of speech in the poem, like we have paradox in the poem, we have metaphor in the poem. Then you have a figure of speech named as anaphora. Anaphora is a repetition of words at the beginning of lines. Certain words are repeated in this poem, certain words are repeated at the beginning of lines. See, if you can, the words if you can is repeated throughout the poem. If you can keep your head, if you can trust, if you can wait, if you can dream, if you can think, if you can is repeated. And that is an example of anaphora. These are instances of anaphora. Repetition of words at the beginning of lines is termed as anaphora. 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 So you have anaphora, personification. You have personification in the poem because you know the time is compared to an unforgiving person. Again we have more personifications. Triumph and disaster. Second stanza. Triumph and disaster compared to impostors. Again second stanza, it's our first line. Dream is considered as a master. Not make dreams your master. So we have personification in the poem, metaphor, pitch and toss. Life is compared to pitch and toss. So we have paradox, anaphora, personification, metaphor. We have again a few more figures of speech like caesura. Caesura, C-A-E-S-U-R-A. C-A-E-S-U-R-A. Caesura is pauses inside the poem. Pauses inside a line of a poem. Inside the line. See, first stanza. In the first stanza we have examples of caesura. Last line. See, we have a comma in that line. And yet don't look too good, comma, nor talk too wise. See, pause inside a line, in between a line of a poem. Again, second stanza, first two lines. If you can dream, hyphen, not make dreams your master. Hyphen is there. Second stanza, second line also, if you can think, hyphen. So pauses inside a line is termed as caesura. C-A-E-S-U-R-A. So we have such figures of speech in the poem. But I will teach you the importance of figures of speech and all the figures of speech in the next class. And yeah, you have to, of course, you have to prepare the critical appreciation of the poem or the review of the poem. Of course, you will be having a class on how to prepare a critical appreciation or the review of a poem in detail. In the next session, I will teach you how to prepare the critical appreciation of a poem. Okay, but also remember, these are the various figures of speech used in this poem, and also trying to find out the rhyme scheme of the poem. You know what is the rhyme scheme? The end rhyme of the poem. You know how to prepare the rhyme scheme? As I will teach you. Okay, in the next class. So till then, goodbye. Hope the chapter, the poem is clear to you. Thank you, children.